Hello learners, Quality Engineering and Management, Week 11, video number 37. The topic is Vendor Relations, presented by myself, Dr. N. Venkateshwarlu, Associate Professor, Mechanical Engineering, School of Engineering and Technology, IGNOU, New Delhi. Learners, Introduction to Vendor Relations. In any industry or company, there are four main human resources are involved in the business process: vendors, manufacturers, customers, and consumers or end users. Here the vendors are raw materials, components, spare parts, suppliers to the manufacturers. In the total quality management point of view, vendor relations plays important role in improving the quality of supplies and ultimately the final product's quality will be improved. Best relationship with vendors may improve the quality of supplies continuously. So here the learners, what you have to think, the industries, those who are manufacturing the final product, they should maintain best relationship with the vendors. So it is because to get the best raw materials from the suppliers, the relationship plays vital role so that the quality materials will be supplied to the manufacturers. So this is the importance of vendor relations. Learners, objectives. After listening this video lecture, you should be able to understand the vendor relations, discuss the supplier selection process, describe the vendor performance. These are the various objectives we are going to discuss in this video lecture. Relationship with vendor. The supplier to the company called vendor should be of high quality so that he becomes part of total quality program. In general, a vendor should be well informed and communicated about program of the purchaser company, which must agree to do the following. Inform vendor about all facts in connection with an order, including all quality requirements. Prefer to give understanding of quality program in form of a documents. The supplier should be given the information or document to the vendors. So what actually they want, what is the agreement between them. So in that way, so they will be communicated effectively so that they will supply the materials according to the requirements. Relationship with vendor. Encourage exchange visits to promote understanding and solution of common problems. Allow vendor to make use of research, development and technical services available in the company. Provide sufficient lead time to supply. Arrive at a understanding in respect of supplies that do not meet the requirements. Maintain a consistent quality policy. Maintain a dignified relationship. So the relationship plays a vital role because the manufacturers, they have to help the suppliers because they may be having the they may not be having the technology, or they may not be having the employees having the knowledge on the quality systems, so that they should give the training to the suppliers so that they can improve upon their capabilities, the employees' capabilities, as well as they can able to supply the quality material to the manufacturers. That is the importance of relationship with vendor. The purchaser company should follow certain principles in dealing with the vendors. Adherence to these principles may ensure quality policy implementation. The principles are stated as: choose only those vendors whose quality standards and quality results meet with the quality requirements. Provide vendors with adequate data on quality requirements and ensure that the quality requirements are understood by the vendor. The third party vendor quality certification is must. So these are the documents the manufacturer has to provide to the supplier. So that is, otherwise what happens, if any missing of data or missing of information about quality requirements will create a problem. The burden of proof of quality should be with the supplier, and his quality program should be used to fullest extent. Institute an integrated incoming materials program and subject to the vendor supplies to inspection under this program. If any quality improvement in vendor supply is required, this should be identified quickly. Audit or arrange to audit vendor quality program and assist the vendor to develop and improve his quality control program. The wise vendors will immediately recognize the advantage of relationship with the purchaser company if it is based on above principles. The contacts between the purchaser company and the vendor may take many forms. There may be occasional exchange of correspondence between two parties. This is one extreme, whereas at the other extreme there may be almost daily visits by purchase company quality staff to the vendor's plant to support efforts to develop a total quality control program. There is of course no substitute to direct and close relationship between purchaser and the vendor in respect of quality. So in these agreements there is one important aspect is there, where the manufacturer's quality people can visit the vendor's plant to inspect the vendor's quality or vendor's quality systems in the production process. Then JIT and relationship with vendor. The emphasis on vendor supplies being of required quality is further increased in the new environment of just-in-time inventory concept. Goods are received from vendor just in time when they are needed for production. If some received materials are defective, then the production at the purchaser's plant will be disrupted because of lack of backup inventory. Supplier's quality problem may find a breather in conventional production line, but the same problems should not exist with the JIT concept. This problem is definitely minimized by growing closeness in management philosophies and also in physical sense. So here the difference is, in the JIT manufacturing system, the manufacturer won't keep any inventory at their site. So according to their schedules, the suppliers has to supply the goods. So that is very important. So that is the importance of JIT and maintaining good relationship with the vendors. Selection of a supplier. So now we talked about the vendor relations. Then now how to select the vendor. The selection of a supplier. The purchaser company first makes the decision to buy rather than manufacture a part based upon skills and facilities available and the capacity in the plant. Cost comparisons between made and bought parts has to be done accurately before such decision is made. The decisions, if made in favor of an external source, the purchaser company has another question to answer: whether to buy from multiple vendors or depend upon one type. The multiple vendor throws several of them in competition and each tries to fulfill the quality requirement whereby the quality is assured. A single vendor, on the other hand, may find the order big enough to pull all necessary resources for assuring quality. He would attach greater importance to the fact of being the only vendor to a bigger manufacturer. In a multi-divisional company, a division acts as a supplier to other divisions. The single vendor offers the additional advantage of reducing the efforts on buyer's part, as a buyer has to communicate with only one. The trend of lesser number of suppliers has emerged very clearly. Here what it says that here the only single vendors will be the more effective, because we can communicate effectively. Whatever we are communicating, they can understand better, so that they will manufacture according to the manufacturer's quality requirements. That is the advantage of single vendor. Or nowadays the trend is going on about the fewer number of suppliers. They are selecting only fewer number of suppliers, those who are able to supply according to the quality requirements. Yes, the supplier selection is made on the basis of reputation, qualification test of vendors, design, survey of the manufacturing facility, and information from data banks and other sources on suppliers' quality. So there are various factors which are depending upon their performance, the suppliers will be selected. The supplier is evaluated on the following factors. The product samples are evaluated for design, and the facilities and capabilities are evaluated to meet quality requirements. The product is proposed design is made in engineering model shop for full manufacturing facility would be established only after confirmed contract. The product sample may be handed over to the purchaser for testing, who will make decision. In some cases, the vendor may be asked to do testing and submit the test report to be evaluated by the purchaser. The qualification test may result in rejection, for which there may be following reasons. The design may not provide the desired function, and the test procedure is not adequate to evaluate the performance. The second reason will arise only if the testing has been entrusted to the vendors. Such rejection may result in delaying the production by purchaser and may be avoided or much shortened with a rigorous definition and description of product requirements by outlining the test procedure in all its details. One difficulty may still arise in selection process, that having a product conforming to required design conditions does not guarantee if facilities for its manufacturers will be in place at appropriate time. Selection of supplier. The vendor's capacity to manufacture will be ascertained through three approaches: past data on similar product, process capability analysis, and evaluation of suppliers' quality system through a quality survey. The past data on similar product is the best way to select a vendor. Such data are available from experience and reports from the buyers' organizations. So there are three the data how you will assess a supplier. So there are three approaches in which past data on similar product one has to collect, and the process capability analysis. So what is the capability of the suppliers, that also one has to analyze, and then evaluation of suppliers quality system through a quality survey. So by doing survey or some visiting by a manufacturer company to the suppliers company, and they will conduct a survey or conducting interviews, they can get the data about the company's quality requirements. These are the three approaches to collect the data and to analyze the supplier performance. Supplier quality survey. The supplier quality survey evaluates if the supplier can meet the quality requirements on production lot. The survey may indicate the areas where the purchaser can help the vendor for achieving defined standard of quality. The survey may consist in going through the answers provided by the vendor to a questionnaire, or it may take the form of a visit to supplier's facility. Questionnaire will be prepared by the purchaser company, keeping in view the requirements of design of the product, the process to be undertaken, and the ultimate customer. The supplier quality survey. The actual survey will include examining financial, managerial, technological competencies in general. Depending upon product, the survey will examine. Management. These are the various approaches one has to conduct the supplier's quality survey. Then management. The management philosophy, quality policy, and commitment. Then design. Organization, orientation to new technology, reliability, laboratories are available or not. So these are all will be, the survey will be conducted about this information of design. Then manufacture. The manufacturing physical facilities are available, or maintenance facilities are in the line of improving the production process, or the process capability, production capacity, caliber of planning. All these will be in the survey. It is included in the survey questionnaire. Then purchasing information about specifications, procedures, relationship with suppliers. Then quality. The quality organization, quality control and reliability expertise, quality planning, audit of plan. Then comes to inspection and test. So testing laboratories are available and testing instruments are available or not. Then control measurements are implemented or not. All these things can be checked through conducting a supplier quality survey. Then comes to another one, quality coordination. Organization, quality over subcontractors, quality cost analysis, corrective action loop. Then finally the quality results, performance attained, prestigious customer and subcontractors. These are the various factors which will be considered for the selection of a supplier. The supplier quality survey report. So after collecting the data from the supplier's company, then one has to prepare a report. So in that, based on the survey, a report is prepared with the objective and subjective judgments on facilities and effectiveness of operations, and subjective predictions if the vendor will be able to deliver. The various quality activities are quantified by a scoring system. Each activity is awarded a score, say out of 10, and also allotted a weightage, say between 1 to 4. So there are various factors they will select, and the factors will be given some ranking or given some score. So that is from that we can say that Likert score from 1 to 10, or sometimes they can take 1 to 5 also, 1 to 7 also, but here we are taking it is 1 to 10. So again the weightage one has to give, in the weightage say between 1 to 4. So by for example, if a survey of manufacturing capacity is considered, the quality planning is given a score R, score R is equal to 8 and its weightage is W4, then the score is R into W, that is 8 into 4, that is equal to 32. Like this one has to give the weightage and scores to the each factors which they are practicing in the supplier's company. The purchaser will make his own decision subjective for approval. Suppose there are 10 activities in each of 3 areas of survey. For example, receiving inspection, manufacturing and final inspection. Then for each area, X, that is S is equal to sigma 1 to 10 Ri into Wi will be obtained. If a minimum score is fixed, then a subjective criteria is evolved on the basis of which vendor will be selected. Example, a vendor is examined in A, B and C areas. There are 10 activities in each area. The average weightage in each area is 2.5 and highest rating for each activity is 10. The criteria can be made that if S is equal to 250 in each area, then vendor is fully approved. If it is the vendor ranking is 200 less than S less than 250 in all areas, then vendor is approved. If it is 150 less than S less than 200 in any one area, vendor is conditionally approved. If S is less than 180 in any one area, then vendor is not approved. So this is the process of vendor selection. If more than one supplier is approved, then scoring may be moved complex and stricter. The relationship with vendor is determined more by philosophy of buyer-seller contract than by the techniques. General ethics of courteous business practices is the essence of such relationship. At the time of concluding the contract, all conditions of business must be laid down in clear terms. Particular attention should be paid to the conditions under which material will be returned. Three categories of interaction at the time of contract conclusion appear to be unavoidable. These are inspection, all forms of inspection of all incoming materials, then prevention. The quality will be built in by the vendor, for which the purchaser will provide all the support. At the responsibility of building the quality will be with the supplier. Partnerships. Strong teamwork relationship between the purchaser and the vendor, backed by financial security for which the vendor would commit to maintain quality. Then arm's length relationships, where purchaser buys the materials and pays the bills, and further there is no communication between the supplier and purchaser. So there are two types of relationship. One is partnerships or long-term relationship, and second one is arm's length partnerships or arm's length relationship. So partnerships maintain long-term relationship between the supplier and purchaser in other activities also, such as training of vendor staff in quality techniques, attending design meetings wherein supplier's product is being discussed, financial support to suppliers, technological support to suppliers, or sharing of data with suppliers, etc. So here in the partnerships or long-term relationship, they maintain a long-term relationship between the supplier and the manufacturers in terms of giving training to the supplier employees on quality systems or quality techniques, or sometimes the manufacturers can give financial support to the suppliers so that they can be motivated, and sometimes they can support the technological support also they can provide to the suppliers. So and the sharing of data or sharing of information transparently with the suppliers, that is also one of the important aspect in the vendor relations or long-term partnerships between the supplier and the manufacturer. Hello learners, efforts to improve vendor relations. Effort to improve vendor relations should bear no effect in the direction of reducing the responsibility of vendor in maintaining the quality and meeting the shipment schedule. If it should not be viewed as a burden on the purchaser but regarded as a tool of self-interest, the proportionate quality improvement of the purchaser's product will also occur. Supplier may also be regarded as an external customer. The supplier, while giving input to a plant, receives feedback from it, hence is the part of total quality planning. All records are maintained on incoming materials from vendors. The records contain date of shipment arrival, name of vendor, delivery date, lot size, inspection test, reliability results, and disposition of each lot examined. As soon as the shipment and satisfactory quality are identified, the vendors are informed. Under the program of vendor source control, the purchaser places greater emphasis on the vendor for control of quality at its end. Special attention is given to material requirement corrective actions from the vendor. Vendor performance evaluation. So now the learners, now we have learned about vendor relations, vendor selection, and vendor how to select a vendor, and now we are going for evaluating the vendor performance. Vendors of high performance are identified and informed. Such classification gets due recognition. Vendor meetings are held preferably in groups of vendors supplying same or similar commodities, say paints, nuts and bolts and bearings. So similar products, those who are producing, all the suppliers will be called for the one meeting. Then the surveillance records of all suppliers maintained and studied regularly to find any help for the promoting quality policy. Suppliers of critical materials are audited. Assistance in any area of quality engineering where vendor is lacks is provided. So the performance, during the performance evaluation, the manufacturers will also help the vendors if they have lacuna in their production processes or quality systems or even technology. For that, the manufacturer will help the good suppliers, or the supplier's performance is good but they may be lacking in employees training, or they may be lacking in technology, or they may be lacking in quality procedures. So that will be provided by the manufacturers. That is the importance of these vendor relations, and the performance of a vendor is very much useful in selecting the vendors. Advantages of incoming material inspection. So here, ensuring most economical cost of incoming materials. Overall quality cost will be reduced. Cost reduction of testing and inspection of incoming materials. Then improvement of suppliers' quality. So these are the various advantages of incoming material inspection. Then motivation. Though enough has been said about total quality, its programming and weaving through the activity of the company. Several reasons have been brought out for improving outcome, and they can be sufficient to answer why should we go for total quality. Let us look for the source of motivation for total quality to become the major plank of TQM. The number of sources can be identified who can propose introduction of TQM in a company. Top management wanting to improve profits or greater return on investment may propose TQM. Their perception of some other companies doing better may prompt them. The financial managers or middle managers may propose TQM, seeing this as a means to bring out better product. Younger group of middle level managers who are technical specialists may propose TQM, which could manifest their more intimate knowledge of design, engineering and manufacturing. TQM may be a defense mechanism towards of severe pressure on company, especially if complaints and warranty claims are on the increase. High manufacturing losses and inclusive internal differences on quality may also become the reason for TQM. Both middle management and lower level employees, including workers, may thus propose TQM. The above statements are the motivating factors for initiating TQM planning in the company, whose various elements have so far been discussed. It may be noted that motivation sets in either as a proactive or reactionary thought from within the company at all levels. The TQM philosophy involves all internal and external customers in the sense that their needs have to be satisfied. The vendor or supplier is treated as an external customer, and hence motivation for TQM must also influence him. The consequences of TQM reach everybody. Conclusions. Learners, I hope you understood the vendor relations, supplier selection process, vendor performance evaluation, and motivation for TQM proposal. Thank you.